This is Glenn Rice with Clearview Sewer Cams. We're located at 23221 Burbank Boulevard, Woodland Hills, California, 91367. We're performing a video sewer reinspection through a 4-inch ABS mainline sewer cleanout located on the front left-hand corner of the house. This is our 4-inch ABS mainline sewer cleanout here. This goes towards the rear of our property. This goes towards the front of our house here. And we did have the line hydrojetted in order to re-inspect. We did have several large root intrusions throughout the vitreous case sewer pipe. So what we're going to do is we're just going to zero out our camera monitor here. We're just going to pause our mic and we're going to go ahead and push all the way out into our city sewer tie-in. Then from there we'll pull back and we'll take a good look. So we're just going to pause our mic here. You can see here, this joint here had a very large root intrusion in it. You can see there a little bit of the root intrusion still coming through, and it did strip all the bark and everything else off of it, so it is just a white large root that's penetrating through. But if we turn it up any higher, we could possibly cause some damage to the vitreous clay sewer pipe. So again, that area there, that root penetration is a little bit larger, and in order to try to remove it, we would have to turn up the jetter quite a bit more and try to get that cut out. So again, as we continue to push out, this joint had another large root intrusion in it as well, and as you can see here, pretty much a good 99% of the root is removed. Just a couple little root fingers there at the top coming through. And again, we'll continue to push out to the next joint. And this joint here, you can see that we're missing a piece there right at the bottom. You can see you're missing a piece in the vitreous clay sewer pipe. Right there, right around the 6 o'clock area, all the way up until around about the 7 o'clock area. So you do have a break in that joint. This joint here did have another large root intrusion in it as well. So again, what we'll do is we'll just continue to push out. This isn't our street. We're just short of our saddle. Again, a little more root intrusion in that joint. You can see the opening there. There's an opening there, right? That's out towards the street. What we'll do is when we come back, we'll locate that area. That does appear to be our 4 to 6 transition. So that is possibly our property line to lateral transition. So again, we're just going to continue to push out. And again, push all the way out into our city sewer tie-in. And from there, we'll pause and we'll pull back and take a good look. And that joint as well, just at the top of the chimney there, you can see that there's a large crack there from about the 9 o'clock, and as we push in, you can see the crack goes down towards about the 6 o'clock area. So you can see there's a section of pipe there that has a large crack in it. So again, we'll drop down. And again, we're dropping down a stack, and as you can see the city sewer there flowing beneath us. That is our city sewer tie-in. So again, we're just going to pause here for a moment. Okay, again, as I mentioned, you can see that we did push all the way out into our city sewer tie-in. So just below us, you can see that that is the city sewer tie-in there. You see the water flowing beneath us. And again, we'll just continue to pull back. We're just going to come up our chimney stack here. You can see the water still flowing beneath us down there at the bottom. That joint appears to be in fair condition. We'll make a little bit of a turn. That area there, as you can see, there's another crack in that joint there. Just in front of us, right around the 6 o'clock area, you can see the crack in the vitreous clay sewer piping there. And again, we'll just continue to pull back. Let our camera settle a little bit. See what possibly appears to be another crack in that joint as well. So again, we'll continue to pull back. And as we pull back here right around the 9 o'clock area, as I pull back slowly, you can see around the 9 o'clock area, you can see another crack in that joint as well. You can see we push in, you can see the crack going all the way up and around to about the 7 o'clock. So again, we'll continue to pull back, and you can see a large offset in that joint as well, from about the 9 o'clock going all the way up and around to about the 3 o'clock. So again, we'll continue to pull back. Get a little bit of an offset in that joint there, but nothing major. And that joint appears to be in fair condition. And again, another little bit of an offset in that joint as well. And that joint appears to be in fair condition. And you can see in that joint there, you have a crack, a full crack coming from about possibly the 3 o'clock, 2 o'clock area, going all the way up and around to about the 9 o'clock. You can see there. So again, another crack in that joint. So again, we'll continue to pull back. Another offset in that joint there. And that one's about from the 10 o'clock going all the way up and around to about the 5 o'clock area. So again, we'll continue to pull back. And it does appear they were transitioning to what appears to be, this is our 4 to 6 transition. This does appear to be our property line to lateral transition. You can see the opening there at the top. So what we're going to do is we're going to pause here for a moment. We're going to mark this area. Okay, we went ahead and located this area. And we're in this, just in the street at approximately 6.5 feet deep. Again, this is just in the street, just next to the curb. We did place an orange dot to identify the area. So again, we'll continue to pull back. What we're going to do is we're just going to pull back. This area here, you can see that we do have a break. And what we're going to do is we're going to pull back to where the vitreous clay transitions to black ABS sewer pipe. Again, we're just going to continue to pull back. And that break there is just as you're pulling back up onto the property, as there's a row of plants and bushes up at the front, and that possibly could be the reason for the break in the vitreous clay. And again, this topper root here is not going to come out that easy. You can see we did hydrojet quite a bit. We got 99% of all the root out, but there's a penetration there from a large topper root that's still in there. We couldn't turn it up too much. Will cause more damage to the vitreous clay. So again, we'll just continue to pull back. And we're just going to pause here for a moment. We're going to locate this area. Okay, we went ahead and located this area. We marked it with an orange dot of paint. This is on the front right-hand corner of the yard in the grass. And we did mark it right. It's just in the inside of the plants, approximately 3 feet from the sidewalk. And you can see in that area there that it had been excavated prior, and that was probably for the replacement of the black ABS sewer pipe. So again, what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and continue to pull back. See a little bit of offset there in that joint from about the 3 o'clock going all the way up and around to about the 9 o'clock area. So again, we'll continue to pull back. All the black ABS sewer piping appeared to be in fair, maintainable condition. Again, no visible signs of any root intrusions or breaks. We did have a little bit of a belly, a little short area, flat area here that's holding a little bit of water, but again, nothing major. So again, we'll just continue to pull back slowly. We'll pull back, and as we pull back, we do have a tie-in. And that tie-in is coming in from the right-hand side of the house, which would be the laundry room, kitchen, on the bathroom on the right-hand side of the house. So again, we make a little bit of a turn, and we're heading back. And as you can see, this area here, you can see there's an opening there, and that is the tie-in. We did run water from that area, and the water was passing through. So again, we did mark this area with the with an orange dot of paint, and this is in the driveway. There's a section of the driveway that was cut open, and you can see this is where they actually made the tie-in, and just backfilled and filled up with gravel. So we did spray paint on top of the gravel just to identify the area. We did attempt to run a camera through the roof vent and try to get down into the waistline to get out towards the front of the property to identify where it transitions from the front of the property to that tie-in. We do have a branch line coming through that area, but unfortunately, with my camera, the size of the camera and going through the cast iron waistline, the cast iron waistline had buildup in it, so we're definitely not able to make any of the sweeps to make the turn to get it pushed out. So there is approximately 30 feet of cast iron waistline, again, at the front of the property. Again, I can't see exactly what it is. It's going in from underneath the house. It's going down as cast iron, and at some point it could have possibly transitioned to vitreous clay on the property. But again, the only other way would be I got to run a really small micro camera from the roof and see if we can get in from there, or possibly pull a toilet and go through a closet flange. So again, we're just going to go ahead and continue to pull back from here. So again, we'll continue to pull back. Get a little bit leftover root residuals that are laying through the pipe. That's just from the hydrojetter. They are loose. As time goes on, water flows through. Those will get washed out into the city sewer. All those pieces there are just all loose. So again, we'll just continue to pull back. We're heading back towards our clean out. So again, continue to pull back. Again, heading back towards our clean out. And just as we pull back towards our clean out, you can see this is a tie-in. These tie-ins here are coming in from the left-hand side of the house. We'll make a little bit of a turn, coming back up our clean out, and that will pull up and out of the clean out, and that will conclude our video sewer reinspection.